Hello there, YouTube. My name is Dylan, back with another video. And this video is going to kind of be like a self-reflective therapy session. And I hope it reaches a certain audience that can relate and that will help them as well moving forward. I'm just going to get straight into it. As I said, my name's Dylan. I have a couple previous videos on quitting kratom. Unfortunately, about a month and a half ago, I relapsed and started taking these 7-hydroxymetragenine is what that stands for, but there's these pills that you can take legally. You find them in head shops, smoke shops, and local gas stations. My local Shell has them on display right in the front where you pay. It's basically a legal opiate. It works on the opiate receptors, binds to them very strongly. It's a very potent alkaloid that is found in kratom. So kratom already binds to a certain opioid receptor, but this alkaloid, 7-hydroxymetragenine, is way more potent. It's supposedly anywhere from 10, I've seen references, 10 up to like 40 times as potent as morphine. So super addictive. Super easy to get hooked on. It's got a short half-life of 3 hours, so you need to take it more and more to feel the effects, and you build a tolerance super fast. So this video is educationally, what I'm trying to do is educationally tell everybody to stay away from this shit because there's nothing good from it. But also, I'm just trying to relate to everyone out there going through something, whether it's 7-0 as well, or different drugs, opiates, benzos, alcohol. You know, we can all relate together. We're all going through a struggle. Addiction is a real thing, whether you believe it or not. It's something we can all, as addicts, relate to. So this is kind of, like I said, just a little self-intro, a kind of like self-reflection therapy session. And I'm going to keep making posts. This is on my iPad, so I know the quality is not the best, but it's a start. So, relapse. I relapsed. I went in March. I stopped taking kratom, went through the withdrawals, went about a month and a half, close to 2 months without taking it. That trick in your brain that thinks you can take it once without having to do it again, that's what happened to me. So I had a day where I think I got some food and I had one drink, like an alcoholic drink, and I was buzzed and I was like, you know what? I can handle this. Like, I'm just gonna get one a day led to 2 a day, 2 a day led to 3 a day, and the milligram dosage went from like 15 in one day to its worst point, I'd say at like 160 milligrams in a day. And that was only for a couple of days. I realized I was starting to have a problem, but like I said, all within a month and a half time, I went from 15 to over 150 milligrams. That's just how fast this tolerance can build. How am I feeling currently? I'm on day 6 of cold turkey off of the 7-hydroxymetragenine. Day 1 through 3 fucking sucked. Like, no sleep, restless legs, diarrhea. I actually, the first day I went through withdrawals, went to the ER because I was so scared. They gave me some fluids. They prescribed me an anti-anxiety medication, which seemed to help. I took a whole bunch of supplements, liposomal, vitamin C, magnesium, GABA. I've been taking all of those every single day, and they do seem to be helping. I know it's, at first when you're going through these withdrawals, it's not going to feel like it's helping, but I know for 100% it did mitigate some of those withdrawal symptoms, the physical ones. Right now, I think I've mostly turned the corner on the physical part of the withdrawals. It's mostly a mental battle game now, and this is what got me the last time. I got too comfortable after a certain amount of time, and I can't do that. I can't do that. I need change. I was stuck in this repetitive motion of revolving my day around when I needed to take this drug, and that has to do with like making excuses to go out and get it. And I live with my girlfriend, and I'll get more into this later in the video, but I live with my girlfriend, and it'd be something stupid as I'm gonna go to the gas station and get a sugary drink because I'm a diabetic, and like, just in case my sugar gets low, but really I'm just going there to buy some of these 7-O's tabs. And any excuse to get it, really. Lying, being dishonest, I will delve more into that as well because I've always had a huge problem with being dishonest, not only with my significant other, but with myself. Um, and that's also why I was done. I'm ready to change. I'm over being dishonest and lying, especially to myself. But when it comes to my significant other, she has forgiven me more than enough times than she should. And she's still with me. And this is the last time I can change for the better, or it will be over. And that's why I need to change, not only for her, but for myself. Um, yeah, so relationships, self-love, that's gonna be the next step in this video. Been with my girlfriend about 3.5 years, almost 3.5 years. Well, it's over 3 years, so a significant amount of time I've been with my girlfriend Lauren, and there's been, 3, 4, 5 occasions like this where it wasn't always about the kratom, but whether it was like weed or cocaine, another weed one, and then kratom, and then another kratom, well, 7-0, and she was this close to telling me, well, she basically did tell me she wants me to move out, but luckily we had a heart-to-heart, we talked more, and she didn't want me to leave, so I'm actively trying to work on gaining her trust, which is going to take a long time because I have a lot of bridges to build back between her, and it's all my fault. I mean, it's part of the addict brain is just to lie to get what you want, and that artificial happiness that I had for 1 to 2 hours is not worth any of this misery that I've gone through the past 6 days. Mentally, I just cannot stop thinking about, the negatives. It's hard not to, but you need to try and also think about the positives and don't get too down on yourself. I have a history of getting in my head and talking too down on myself, so I'm gonna work on not trying to do that so much, but fuck, man, it's so hard. Family. My family helped me big fucking time. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, so any of you who are from Ohio, Columbus is a big city. I grew up there my whole life, and now I'm living outside of Columbus, so it's a little bit different of a lifestyle. Still in Ohio, but I went back to my family's house for the first 1 to 3 days of that withdrawal, and I honestly don't know what I'd do without them, man. I'm so blessed to have the support system that I have, and that my mom and dad love me very much, and that they supported me through the whole thing. But also balancing that out and kicking me in the balls at the same time, telling me, like, dude, you need to quit fucking up. Like, this is not going to end well for you if you just keep doing this over and over and over. I mean, I just turned 27, so I'm still young. I know there's probably like fucking 16-year-olds watching this. I hope not. I hope you're not 16 going through fucking withdrawals, but I'm 27. I have a whole life ahead of me, and just doing this on repeat is going to completely disperse anything I have in the future that I want for myself and that I want for my relationship. So, loving myself, something I'm actively working on. Trying not to think so harshly of the actions I've done. It's hard not to, but just working on getting better, being positive, making sure that the mistakes I made in the past do not happen again. There's a lot more things I'm already doing differently than I did in like March when I quit Kratom, and quit Kratom for the first time. Today I'm going to an NA meeting, day 6. I didn't do that until like, I don't know, 2 weeks after the last time. So I'm going to an NA meeting today. I have been taking my vitamins all the time. I am getting exercise. I walk every single day, whether it's with my dog or whether it's just, a solo walk. I'm eating super healthy for the most part. Sneak in like a yummy granola bar or a cookie or something every now and then as a reward, I'm working fucking hard, so I'm gonna reward myself every now and then. But also, not pushing yourself too hard. So like there's so many things running through my mind. I'm like, I need to change this and 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 this. But don't do it all at once because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Just one day at a time. So for example, going to NA today, gonna go into a meeting, gonna start doing that weekly. Just got my insurance card, so I'm gonna look at therapists around here that are included in my insurance. So once every week, once every 2 weeks, I can go talk about why this keeps happening. Like, I need to understand the why to this and what makes me consistently go back to this negative approach of life. And it's easy to just get in your own head and think there's nothing wrong or it's somebody else, but deep down there's something probably that I'm not fully letting out, and that could be the cause of this reverse that I do every time when I relapse or that I get back in the same scenario that I'm in right now. So for my future, making goals, that's also something I'm really going to be working on, and sticking to those goals every single day. Critical thinking, making the right decision, not letting that little voice get to you. Because I already know, I've done a lot of research, read a lot of Reddits, that little voice always comes back. It's okay, just take another, you can handle it this one time, you don't have to do it again after that. And I don't know if that voice will ever go away. I'm sure it disintegrates over time, but the key word there is time. Like, everything's gonna take time. I was on this drug for a month and a half straight, so it's not like in 3 days I'm gonna be back to normal. It's probably gonna take a month and a half, 2 months before I'm finally feeling 100% back to myself. I'm also not smoking weed. I think that's part of the reason last time too I didn't stay as completely sober. I was California sober, whatever they call it over there. But I was using weed to crutch the withdrawals, and this time around I did not do that. I did the very first day, but other than that, sorry, I have not used weed, so I'm on 4 days off of weed and 6 days off of kratom and continuing. So believing that I can do this is also a big step. I have to fully put my faith in myself and believe that I can do this, and I know that I can. It's just, that thing that's missing, that tells you, like, or guides you to keeping straight and narrow and keeping on the right path. And I'm working on finding that, and I'm working on getting out of the restaurant industry, because I think that also plays a negative role. Being a server, being around the people that fucking hate their lives, drink and smoke all the fucking time. So I think I'm gonna work on, primarily, of course, staying sober, fixing my relationship, getting it back to 100% or more, because my girlfriend deserves that, but I also deserve that for myself and our relationship. Getting a new job, actively looking at things that apply to my major. I went to OSU and I graduated with a degree, so serving is not in my history. Well, not that it's not in my history, because it is, but it's not in my future forever. I don't want to be a server forever, and I'm already very bored and ready to move on, because I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and I've gotten my fill, and I'm just ready to move forward with something more positive, because the restaurant industry in 2025, let's just be honest, it's not good. You don't make good money, really. People aren't tipping, and it's not like it's their fault, but I'm not going to get too much into that. But I'm ready to move forward with more positive things. Being sober is going to help me as well with drug tests, anything in the future that comes up like that. But yeah, this is just, I don't know, man. I'm for you guys that are struggling, just let you know, day 6, I feel fucking way better than I did, especially when I was on that drug. Drugs have a certain way of making you feel like in that moment is the best thing ever, but when you don't have that drug, you realize that it's just tricking your brain, and that it's really poisoning you, and that when you get off of that drug, it's gonna, since your brain is wired that way since you've been using it for so long, it's gonna try and trick yourself into taking it because it needs it. And look at it this way, the pain that you're gonna go through physically and mentally is all your body healing itself. So you need to look at it in a positive light and just self-reflect and remember, if you get back into a bad situation or you're about to relapse, you're about to take something else, think about the times you went through those first 1 through 3 days, or however long it took you to feel somewhat better, and the misery and hell that you have to go through in order for your body to, that's the word I'm looking for, forgive itself. That's the biggest thing. Your body and your mind, you need to forgive yourself and just make yourself as healthy as possible. So this is just very straightforward first video about our therapy sessions. I hope this reaches people who it can help and improve their life. If you have any questions or comments, reach out, guys. I'm always available. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Stay sober.